and welcome guys to my YouTube channel, Let's Crack Real Math. So this is my first video that I'm going to post. Obviously it's a great feeling, so please do not forget to perform an LSS. Please like, subscribe and share. So today's video will be about simultaneous equations, and we'll be solving it with both methods, the substitution method and the elimination method. So hope you enjoy it, and let's get started. Right, so the first example we have over here is 4x plus 3y equals 1, 2x minus 3y equals 14. Now, the trick with simultaneous equations is that you want to, starting with the elimination method of course, if you are doing the elimination method, you want to get rid of one of the variables, either that can be x or y. In this case, we can see that the coefficient of both the y's is same, 3 and 3. However, one of them is minus. So now we need to see what we can do with these two equations to get rid of y. If I decide to subtract this from this, meaning 4x minus 2x, 3y minus 3y, 1 minus 14, I will still end up with both of the variables, both of the constants. But if I decide to add 4x plus 2x, that would give you 6x, 3y plus minus 3y, that would give you 0y. So that won't be considered. And then 1 plus 14, that will give you 15. So 6x equals 15. Now I know why you've been tempted to put minus over here, but if you look at it, 3 minus 3, that would give you 6, and you would have had 6y. So continuing, sorry, let's just erase that. Okay, so 6x equals 15. Using your algebra knowledge and solving of equations, you know that x will be 15 over 6. Now that you have your x, we need to find y. To find y, all you could do is simply substitute this value of x back over here, or in this, either one. Let's take in the first equation. 4 into 15 over 6 plus 3y gives 1. Now, using your calculator, which you are allowed, I'm pretty sure, 4 times 15 over 6, that is 10. 10 plus 3y is 1. 3y is 1 minus 10, because 10 goes to the other side, that becomes minus 9. Y is minus 9 divided by 3, which is minus 3. So the answer to this first question is that x is 15 over 6, y is minus 3. Of course, 15 over 6 is the same as 5 over 2, so you could write that, or you could even write 2.5. Just a second. Let's quickly get rid of this. Now, keeping in mind the values we got, we had y is minus 3, and we had x is 15 over 6. just keep in mind that we had these values, because now we're going to try the other method, which is the substitution method. Going back to the question, it was 4x plus 3y equals 1, 2x minus 3y equals 14. Now in these kind of situations, elimination method is probably the best, but I'll show you the substitution method, and it is a bit long, so don't get lost in the way through it. So basically in substitution, what you're doing, you're trying to take one of the equations and make one of the variables the subject of the formula. So for example, let's make x the subject. This would be 4x is equal to 1 minus 3y. Then x is 1 minus 3y over 4. Now this x value, we need to put it over here and solve for y, because we'll essentially be putting this value and it will be no y value. So we're going to put this value over here. So let's quickly do that. This will be 2 into 1 minus 3y over 4 minus 3y equals 14. Now expanding this, you would have 2 minus 6y over 4 minus 3y equals 14. You want to get rid of the denominator, so you times the whole thing, times everything by 4. So times this by 4, the 4 and 4 would cancel out, so you would just have 2 minus 6y minus 3y times 4. That would give you minus 12y, and 14 times 4 using a calculator, you know that is equal to 56. 6y minus 12y, minus 6y minus 12y, sorry, that would give minus 18y. 56 minus 2, that is equal to 54. Then y is 54 divided by minus 18, and that is minus 3. Now when y is minus 3, we can now solve for x, because remember we made it subject, so we just substitute the y value over here. So this essentially becomes x is equal to 1 minus 3, and x value, what was our y value again? Okay, it was minus 3. 1 minus 3 into minus 3 over 4. X is equal to 1 minus 3 times minus 3 is plus 9, so one minus 3 is plus 9, so this becomes 1 plus 9 over 4. That is the same as x is equal to 10 over 4, which is in the end 2.5. And looking at the two values we got, x is 2.5 and y is minus 3, it's the same as we had gotten from the elimination method. So as you can see, even though substitution method is the longer one, it is still effective, but in exam conditions, of course, you want to make sure that you save time. So in this scenario, I would learn the elimination method. So moving on to another example, our next example. In this example, the equation is 5x plus 2y minus 25 is equal to 0. 2x minus 1 is equal to y. Now, as you can see, the format is a bit different than what we had solved. Over here, the non-constant term, which is the integer, are not separated, and over here the x and the y are not on one side. So ideally you would want the equation to be in the form ax plus by equals c. where a is the constant or the number next to x, b is the number next to y, and c is the integer. So all we have to do is just rearrange it. So the first one, rearranged, will become 5x plus 2y equals 25. Take the 25 to the other side, it becomes plus. This one becomes 2x minus y equals 1. Take the y here, take the 1 there. They change their signs. Now you have to see where you can eliminate. Now I'll do this elimination and substitution, so let's start with elimination. There's no term here that's the same, but now we have to see what we can do to one of the equations to get the same thing. I could times my first equation by 2 to get 10x, and then times this by 5 to get 10x. But why do that when I can just do this equation times 2? Because then I would have minus 2y and 2y there, and then I can eliminate them. So doing that, we have 5x plus 2y equals 25. Timesing this by 2, you have 4x minus 2y equals 2. Now you would add 5x plus 4x. This would give you 9x, 2y plus minus 2y, that would eliminate it, so you have nothing there. And then 25 plus 2 would give you 27. And using algebra, you know x is 27 over 9, which is 3. You guys would have been tempted to maybe do minus over here, but again, 2 minus minus 2 would have given you 4, as 2 minuses make a plus. So yeah, you should probably know that minus is the most dangerous sign in math. So moving on. Now that you have your x value, you can substitute it into the first one, let's say, to find your corresponding y value. So 5 into 3 plus 2y gives you 25. This is 15 plus 2y gives you 25. 2y is equal to 25 minus 15, which is 10. And then y is 10 divided by 2, which is simply 5. So these were your answers of this question using the elimination method. Now let's try the substitution method. Keeping in mind that we have the same equation over here that we're going to be using, let's make x the subject of the formula over here. So we have 2x minus y equals 1. Making x the subject, we have x is 1 plus y, we have x, 2x, sorry, and x is equal to 1 plus y over 2. So doing the whole process again, putting x into the value of y of x over here. So that's 5 into 1 plus y over 2 plus 2y is equal to 25. Now, expanding this, we have 5 plus 5y over 2 plus 2y equals 25. Getting rid of this, you need to times everything by 2, so times everything by 2. This times by 2, this 2 will cancel out, so we just have 5 plus 5y. 2y times 2 is 4y, you have 4y. And 25 times 2 is 50. Solving for y, you have 9y is equal to 50 minus 5, which is 45. Y is 45 divided by 9, which is simply 5. Now, since we have that, we can now look for our x value by putting this y over here. So, x is 1 plus 5 over 2. X is 6/2, which is 3. Going back to our original answers, let's just confirm. Y is 5, x is 3. Yep, that is correct. So let's move on to the next example. Okay, so in this example we have x is equal to 3y plus 5 and x is equal to 2y minus 4. Now, to start this off, you would be wondering, because I said that it should be in the format of ax plus by equals c. But look at the question carefully. It says x is 3y plus 5. And it also says that x is 2y minus 4. And what does that mean? That means that this equation, 3y plus 5, is the same thing as 2y minus 4, because they have the same x value. So all you can do is just equate this to this. So you can have 3y plus 5 is equal to 2y minus 4. And then simply solve this question. So 2y comes over here. That would be y equals to minus 4 minus 5, that's minus 9. So your y is minus 9. Now that your y is minus 9, you can simply find your x by putting this minus 9 over here. So x is 3 into minus 9 plus 5. Please bear with my handwriting. I'm a bit new to this. X is minus 27 plus 5. X is minus 22. And just to confirm your answer, you can also put this value into this equation. So then you would have x is 2 into minus 9 minus 4. X is minus 18 minus 4. X is minus 22. So this shows that we have the same answer and we are correct. So moving on to the next example, we have y is equal to 2x minus 6, and we have 2x squared plus y squared equals 36. Now as you can see, one of the equations is linear and the other one is non-linear. So in this case, elimination won't work. The only real option is substitution. And as you can see, you already have one equation where y is subject of the formula. So you just put this y into this y over here, into the y squared. So now you would have 2x squared plus 2x minus 6 squared equals 36. And now solve for x. So this would be 2x squared plus 2x minus 6 into 2x minus 6 is the same. This is the same thing as 2x minus 6 squared equals to 36. This is 2x squared plus 4x squared. If you know how to expand brackets, you do 2x times 2x, then 2x times minus 6, then minus 6 times 2x, and then minus 6 times minus 6. So this one plus 4x squared, then this and this would give you minus 12x. This and this would give you minus 12x again, and minus 6 times minus 6 would give you plus 36. Cool. These two 36 cancel each other out, so we can take them out of the equation. We are left with 6x squared minus 24x equals 0. Now, attempting to factorize this question, we would have if I'm not wrong, 6x into sorry, just a second. We would have x into x minus 4, because the same thing, if you divide everything by 6, you would have x squared over x squared minus 4x, and if you do that, you get x squared into x minus 4x. So with this equals to 0, so x is 0 or x is 4. These are your two x values. Now for two x values, you are most likely to get two y values. So going back to the equation we had for y, which is, where are we? Sorry guys, just a second. Okay. So the y equation was 2x minus 6. You just substituted there, so you have y. So when x is 0, y is 2 into 0 minus 6. Y is 0 minus 6. Y is equal to minus 6. And when x is 4, y is 2 into 4 minus 6. Y is 8 minus 6. Y is 2. Those are your answers, two corresponding answers to both x and y values. So we'll move on to our final example for this simultaneous equations. So the question is a bit of a long one, so stay with me. X plus 2y equals 6. Okay, let's take a darker color. What's happening? Okay, 2y 6. Okay, right. So x plus 2y equals 6, and x squared plus y squared plus 4xy gives 24. Now, solve this question again. Elimination method doesn't look like it will occur over here, so I think our best way to do this is using substitution. So let's make x the subject here. So this would become x is equal to 6 minus 2y. Now we just put this x value in our equation over here in this place and in this place. So doing that, just a second. Let's increase the thickness maybe 40. That's better. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So as I said, 6 minus 2y repeated into 6 minus 2y is the same as 6 minus 2y all squared plus y squared plus, now we have 4xy. What you would be thinking to do is maybe something like this, 4 into 6 minus 2yy. But if you think of it, 4 times this is the same as 4 times y and then times this. So to make it easier, we could just write 4 plus 4y into 6 minus 2y equal to 24. Now, solving this, expanding the bracket first, we have 36 minus 12y minus 12y plus 4y squared plus y squared plus 24y minus 8y squared equals 24. So collecting our like terms, that's y squared, and minus 8y squared. We have 4 plus 1, that's 5, minus 8, that's minus 3, so minus 3y squared. Now looking at our y's, minus 12, that's minus 24, plus 24, that's 0, so essentially these guys will cancel out, so we have no y's. And looking at our independent term, that's 36, 24 would come here, so 36 minus 24, and that would give you plus 12. Now, to solve this, you could either do it factorizingly or, of course, equals to 0. Or you could just simply put in your calculator. If you have a graphical calculator, you can go to mode, then 5, and then 3, and then put the corresponding values. So after doing that, my two values for y that I am getting is y is minus 2 and y is 2. Of course, using the calculator for this method, you need to confirm with your exam board if you are allowed a calculator. If you're not allowed a calculator during the exam, then you should know how to do it by the factorizing method. So since we have two values of y, we should have two corresponding values of x. So let's just move a bit over here. Okay, let's say when y is minus 2, we put it back into our original x equation, which was x is equal to 6 minus 2y. So x is 6 minus 2 into 2. X is 6 minus 4. X is 2. And when y is equal to 2, oh sorry guys, accidentally substituted 2 into the minus 2. Okay, that's fine. We can just say that was when y is 2. Yep, now we can say that when y is minus 2, this is x is equal to 6 minus 2 into minus 2. This is x is equal to 6 plus 4, because minus 2 to minus 2 is 4, minuses make a positive, and x is equal to 10. And this is our final answer. So of course I didn't do it here that much, but you can obviously, once you get your final values, put them back into the equation and see if they are giving the desired answer. If they're not, then maybe carefully look through your working, because as you can see, it can get tough in the latter stages when you're using substitution method. But to finish it all, this is it basically guys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please do like, share and subscribe, LSS, and also please give any feedback in the comment section or any other questions you have. Thank you for watching. Have a nice one guys.